Hello there, welcome to this quick demo of the Thames skyline. Welcome to this little demo. It's going to be an exercise in simplification and big shapes. Now, it's not going to be a big detailed painting, and that's kind of the point. So I'll show you the reference photo, which is here. Now it's busy, you can see it's busy, obviously it's London. It's a busy scene. I'm going to simplify it and show you how best to tackle this kind of scene. Going to do it all in one go. Going to make it real rough and ready, and show you how we can get some good results just by being quick. Now, just give it a bit of a spray to start with. I'm using a new Art Spectrum paper, which I'm not used to yet, and it's a bit slippery a surface than I'm used to, but as I say, I'm just not used to it yet. So giving it a few goes, I think it's good quality, but I'm just not used to the sizing and things of it yet. So. But that doesn't mean it's bad, it just means I'm not used to it. So I'm going to give it a go and we'll get some good results, and it'll be cool to check out because it's going to be good quality and, you know, very affordable as well. Alright, so I'm just going to throw some dodgy dark clouds in, just wetting a few little areas as well. Remember, it's London, so we want it to be a bit of a grey sort of day. Yeah. Bit of blue here and there, but mostly it'll be fairly grey sort of day. Now, really big lesson here is to continue your washes down. So don't cut around everything, and you know, don't go around these buildings and, you know, all that sort of stuff. We want to have a nice fluid wash so we get nice fluid results in the end. Now, you don't want to have that stuck on, cut out sticker look. You know, you just don't want that. That's horrible. It's not painting, it's just yuck. A tiny bit of this water surface under here, right in the distance. Bit of dry brush, that's good. Bit of warmth basically in the back. Nice quick strokes. Bit of grey. We want a nice fluid wash down. When I say fluid, I just mean sort of smooth gradations, and some nice sparkle on the water if you want it as well, I suppose. If you want that sparkle, do those quick lines. Whenever it's wet like this, you'll be able to manipulate it, so it's all good. So just bring up any little marks like this. I'm just going to add to the depth. So that's the first wash. Paper's dry, just dried it off. Be careful just to, when you dry your paper with a hairdryer, just be careful to wait a second before you start painting. Don't go on it straight away, because it's warm. Whatever you now put on there, it'll dry it really quickly. So just want to be a bit careful there. Now, I like how this wash has turned out, like this, the clouds, sky. It's really nice. And see how you don't overdo it, you don't work it, you don't just work it to death. It's still got its vibrancy, these lights, and yeah, lovely. Looks alright. So I'm just going to start this main shape across the guts of the painting. The main shape. Now, this is where all the detail is, and so this is where we're simplifying a lot. Okay, so first thing, we're just going to zap in a bit of this background stuff so that we can start the proper painting, proper process. So when you're doing this background, just keep it nice and cool. It's a cool grey I've used, and real loose, really loose, and just going to bring this forward. You know, just the big shapes. That's what we're after. Big shapes over here. Yep. And I'm not looking at the exact buildings or the placement or anything like that. I just want to forget about the reference photo so much, and I just want to make the painting itself work. You know, and that's when you start painting nicely, is when you start to make your own painting work rather than worry and get bogged down so much on the reference material, whether it be in front of you when you're out painting outdoors or you're painting with a photo. You just need it to be simplified. It's exactly what I'm doing here. Nice brush strokes, nice simplified dry brush there. And I won't get rid of any of that. I'll keep all that sort of stuff. It's nice. It's a nice thing to have. It's the beauty of watercolour. You get those opportunities to have all those dry brush marks and things you just don't get with other mediums. Now I'm just mixing colours on the paper, really. There's not too much that I'm doing over on the palette itself. I'm just picking up different pigments. I'm just making sure the tone's right. So I want to make sure it's all dark enough to come forward. And that's it. I don't want to worry too much about detail here at all. The only thing I want to get right is the tone. Which is good. Which is doing its job. So that dry brush, those quick dry brush marks, use the tooth of your rough paper to give you some effects and create some movement and activity without you even really having to do it. So it's very handy. Cool. That'll do that bit. Now, the bridge itself, wanting just to amend the colouring of it a little bit. I want it to be sort of fairly grey. Once again, it's the tone that I'm concerned about. Yeah, it's got to be a bit stronger than that. A bit stronger. Yeah, it's better. Okay. So, a couple of brush strokes. You know, get it roughly right. Roughly right. If you sit there and, you know, copy it and make sure it looks exactly right and photorealistic and all that, you lose the sense of your painting. It just becomes boring. Just take a photo. In my personal opinion. Alright. But I'm right. Nah, just joking. It's what I sort of like that way of painting because it appeals to me as a viewer and as a consumer of art. I like that sort of stuff. I don't want everything spelt out for me. I want to have a bit of input in the work myself as a viewer, you know. Don't want to be there. A bit of dry brush. once again, this is just to show you simplification. It's not a finished, polished work. It's a sketch. It's showing you how the tonal values get you a picture. Now this bridge in reality is green, so I'm going to kind of do it a little bit. I'll muddy up some green with some turquoise here. Looks a bit weird, but bear with me. Oh, should have changed brushes there. In fact, I will. Alright, yeah, let's do it. Okay. We're going roughly here, okay, so it's going to get us an image in the end. Take care of your little archways on your bridge because they can be a bit of a bitch to get right. Just do them quickly and confidently. Okay, so join that in there. So we want to try to link these two shapes together. We don't want too much of a separation and a disconnect, you know, which we will do with other things on top of it as well anyway. Okay, so it's still working while it's wet because I want to throw in some darks here. So, you know, the green will end up just being a bit of a wash underneath. Won't be much there. Okay. Stronger still. Alright. It does look a bit funny there at the moment, but I've got just a bit of clean water. I want to blur some of these edges, soften some of them down. Connect that in there. Get the fingernail out and start pulling out a couple of sections here and there. Scraping's good. Get into it. As I say, this is all one go, one big sketch. I'm just building up a bit of colour, a bit of pigment on the base of these pylons as well, because we'll end up with some nice reflections. So lots of dark paint right at the base. It's just dirty water that I've got on its own. It's all it sort of needs. The water's dirty enough for it to come down. Come on, bring it down. Not enough paint there. Okay, getting there. Not too bad. Alright, so that's going to do its thing. Just going to scrape, put a bit of a scrape at the base here. Trying to force these reflections a bit much, I think. Now I think I'm doing that because I'm not used to the paper and it didn't run down as dramatically as I would be used to with my normal paper. But it's cool, it's still working. Alright, I'm going to dry that off and we'll finish it off. A few little details. Now, be careful when you do this, don't overdo it, but it definitely needs something along the middle to connect it all. It's a bridge, all that sort of stuff. So, stereotypical, but it actually is, I'm pretty sure, in the picture that I took. So, bus, bit of red. London's great for that because you've got buses and all sorts. That's all it is, just dots and dashes, no detail, nothing like that, no rubbish like that. So I've just mixed up a little bit of ultramarine and burnt sienna to get a nice dark without using a black or a neutral tint straight. Now, I'm just going to throw in some street lights. I don't know how far apart they are, I could be bothered getting the reference out, but this is just to illustrate, or to demonstrate rather, how to connect things in. So if we have a look at the picture, there's all sorts of little embellishments on the rooftops and whatnot, which you can do as much as you like, but be careful because the more detail that you do of that kind of thing, then the more you kind of lose out, I think. The more you lose the freshness and the vibrancy. So careful. A couple of dry brush marks on the bridge because it's kind of lost itself a little bit. Just want to bring some of that strength back. See how the green's kind of still works even though it's a funny colour. It's sort of an underneath wash now, and it kind of does work as far as the overall picture goes. Okay. Do also want a couple of birds. Just to take care of any little dots and things like that that you might have splashed in the sky along the way. That's alright. It's good. Makes it all work. couple of little transparent colours. This is a Jeune Brilliant #1. It's a Holbein colour. I love it. It's kind of a chalky white, but it's got a bit of burnt sienna or yellow ochre or something in it. It's a bit warmer and used sparingly. It's really nice for highlights and things. It's that usual disclaimer with using opaque colour is just do it sparingly and you're fine. Because if you use too much of it, it ends up taking over pretty easily. Now just throwing in a couple little dots and dashes. This is a lavender colour. Too much maybe. And it's just to indicate some stuff going on, that's all. Now, what I want to do to tidy it up, I want to just shelve a bit of that. It's just looking a bit too solid, that bridge. So, it's dry, but I'm just putting a bit of clean water on there to just muck it up a bit. And I'll do the same over here. Some of these buildings are a bit idea. What I'm feeling here now, I think it needs a bit of a glaze because it's sort of a little bit one-dimensional, and I want this water to be stronger, but I want it to be a little prettier as well. Clean water, well, not really clean because I need to change it, but just water to ensure that we get a soft edge. Just putting it in along there. I'm going to mix up a turquoisey kind of colour. And we're going to throw just a bit of a glaze. And even a bit of a darker blue in the very foreground, the very front. Just to glaze that off a bit. And I think that should do it up nicely. So this is that painting in real time. Now I will show you a picture of it once it's all dried off and settled, and you'll see how it ended up. But really hope you like it. It's a simplification. It's a sketch. It's not, it's not all things careful and neat and tidy, but it's an impression and showing you how to simplify things into big shapes. So big shapes, we've got the sky, the water, and the main body of the picture. So think of it all as one big shape. Not that's a building, building, bridge, car, like just one big shape. Connect it all up, and you'll be laughing. Makes your job a lot easier. And it looks better. It's more painterly. It's just a lot nicer. Now, thank you very much for watching. Please leave comments, good and bad, I suppose. Good, hopefully. Please leave comments and share the page with your friends. Add it to playlists. Do whatever you like. Just please, I'll build this channel up and keep giving you content that hopefully you'll enjoy. And I really appreciate you checking it all out. Subscribe to my channel, click on the little bell button so you don't miss any videos, and I really hope you enjoyed this quick little demo for you. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Adios, amigo.